Come and listen to my story about a man named Joe, a poor Scranton kid who was always kind of slow. Then one day he was fresh out of school, went up through the ranks, come a bumbling fool.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do.
Someday I gotta have a long talk with that boy.
Well, the first thing you know, Joe's out of the sticks. His kinfolks said, get into politics. He won the Senate race back in Wilmington, so he loaded up the car and made his way to Washington. Crooked politicians, corrupt lobbyists, as far as the eye could see, made Joe feel right at home. Come on, man, he's got nowhere to go, just a flash in the pan, and nothing to show. Come on, man, he never even seems to know. Come on, man, it's the sleepy, creepy, good old Uncle Joe.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. We choose truth over facts.
Now, most people knew that Joe was never the sharpest knife in the drawer. Even in his prime, he never had a fastball. Not even sure he ever had a slow ball. Now the next thing you know, Joe runs for president, campaigning and hiding in his own basement. After 47 years of living off the folk, claimed he was the common man, became a common joke.
You big dummy!
Like many capital hillbillies, Joe leached off the system, signing the back of checks, never the front. Come on, man, he's got nothing to say, hoping everyone just looks the other way. Come on, man, his fortune always seems to grow. Come on, man, it's the sleepy, creepy, sleazy, crazy, good old Uncle Joe.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
A 3-letter word, jobs. J-O-B-S, jobs.
Joe also invented some new words, much to the amazement of his former boss.
For people that bad in care. True international effort to pressure. True international effort to pressure.
Come on, man!
You can't fix stupid. Stupid is forever.
Mainstream media, academia, we're just all in the chain. Self-appointed savior, self-anointed censors, big tech, he's got a thing. Serious NBC, ABC, help him each step of the way. Break news, CNN, MSNBC, covered for him every day. The late night surrogates for useful idiots, the Hollywood hypocrites back their favorites. The letters leave the locks with the DNC, the Washington Complicit and the New York Times, drag this sorry ass across the finish line. Take it, Joe.
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Out of $1.4 trillion. Wow! Excuse me, you had people like...
That's all, folks.
Billions of $740 billion. You're full of shit.
All right.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by... you know the thing. Play the radio. Make sure the television... make sure you have the record player on at night.
There's always rambling Joe Biden. Joe says shit that even people with Tourette's go, no. Joe is like your uncle who's on a new drug and hasn't got the dosage right.
Got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk. Let's move it up here. You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
A few years ago, Joe took hair fires too, dragged his son along to see what business they could do. Nothing could be finer when the big guy goes to China, coming back home with $1 billion rama.
10% for the big guy, Joe Biden.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man.
Yeah, you can bet it'll be self-serve.
Joe also coerced the Ukrainian government into firing the prosecutor that was investigating Burisma, his son Hunter's corrupt gas company.
I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. He said, we'll leave it in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Now that, Joe, is real quid pro quo.
Can you say the word corrupt?
Corrupt.
I knew you could.
Come on, man, he says there's nothing to see. It's just another vast right-wing conspiracy. Come on, man, it's just another Russian hoax.
Come on, man.
He's the sleepy, sleazy, creepy, crazy, ethically compromised, trying to subsidize good old Uncle Joe.
Of course, Joe again played the race card to try to keep black America on the Democrat plantation.
They're gonna put you all back in chains. And if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black,
you are a meathead, dead from the neck up.
Not all of you are committed to my husband, and maybe you have to swallow a little bit.
Joe is the Loch Ness Monster of the Washington Swamp, the perfect Trojan horse to sneak Bolshevik Bernie, AOC, and the squad through the gates of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. No matter where you stand on this election, one state that Joe won hands down was the state of confusion. The so-called journalists will again hit their snooze buttons for the next 4 years, like they did during Barack's regime. They'll keep asking the same hardball questions like,
Mr. Biden, what flavor did you get?
Yep, the media tongue baths from these loony left-wing lapdogs will continue. The curtain's been pulled back, and again, no wizard, just the Orwellian overlords from Silicon Valley. These modern-day McCarthys are abusing their monopoly while imposing their digital dictatorship. Big tech tyranny has muzzling free speech and blacklisting those with dissenting opinions. These goose-stepping gobbles are the new thought and truth police, the oligarchs for Joe and his cronies. They live in gated fortresses with their personal bodyguards. From their private jets, these sanctimonious hypocrites ask you to embrace socialism and buy the Green New Deal. I'll tell you who really won the last election: Russia, Iran, and China.
Come on, man, he's got nothing to do, just signs what they say, cause he ain't got a clue. Come on, man, they'll have the cake and eat it too.
Come on, man.
With the sleepy, sleazy, creepy, crazy, ethically compromised, China subsidized, senile, feeble, cognitively challenged, good old Uncle Joe.
Senator, I mean, no, but I mean, think of it, man. It's not about, I know you're supporting by saying, look, here's the deal. What am I doing here?
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
What you're seeing behind me is one of the largest peaceful demonstrations in the face of law enforcement.
All right, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, please.
He's a punk, a mutt. I'd like to punch him in the face.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, tell them they're not welcome anywhere.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president? It's been a while, and maybe it's time.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Time's up.
I'll be back.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what your country can do for you.
In Germany, they came first for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Catholics. And I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me. And by that time, nobody was left to speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up.
I have a dream where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream